This is the Physics 1A Moodle site. We've got a section for the quizzes on the Moodle site, and then each of the weeks during the term, the students have access to an online quiz. Once that quiz has closed for the weeks, we make a practice version of the quiz available, as the students find these quizzes very useful to practice when getting ready for the in-class quizzes and also for the final exam. So the students click on the current version of the quiz, and then they can click on Attempt Quiz Now. Each of the weekly quizzes has 4 questions with a few different parts to it. If students get an incorrect answer in the at-home quiz, they get useful feedback to help them answer the question correctly. In this case, it tells me that here I have 3 translational degrees of freedom and 2 rotational degrees of freedom, so that tells me that there should be 5 degrees of freedom, so the correct answer should be 5. So I can use that to fix up my answer. So let's finish answering off this question. So the students can answer the questions, checking each part as they go. The stack question type tells the students how their answer has been interpreted so that they can check that it's been interpreted as intended before checking their answer. So the students proceed through the quiz using the feedback to fix up their answers as they go. The quiz is programmed up with carry-on marking. So in this one, the correct answers are 0, this one would be 207, and then this one would be minus 207, and this one depends on this one. So let's say I enter the first part correctly, but then I enter an incorrect answer to part 2. If I use that incorrect answer to part 2 to calculate part 3, which would give me minus 300 in this example, when I go to check, I get full marks for my part 3, even though the answer is technically not the right answer. When I go to fix up part 2, I need to also fix up part 3 to ensure that it remains correct. The students get a 33% penalty for each incorrect try. So you can see for part 2, because I got it incorrect on my first attempt, I've only been awarded 0.22 out of 0.33 marks for it. When the student has answered what they can choose Submit All and Finish, at which point they can see the correct answers to each of the questions, as well as the feedback for any questions that they attempted to answer but answered incorrectly. If a student's not happy with their mark, then they can attempt a new version of the quiz, which will pull different questions from the question bank. Their highest mark will count towards their final grade.